Alright YouTube, so we are back of course talking about some Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Intergrade, and what we have today is kind of a weird situation. So with our last video, obviously we talked about like which different editions of Intergrade you should buy, and my recommendation realistically was none of them. So with that last video, I actually had somebody comment and say that they're actually not able to pre-order Intergrade at all in the PlayStation Store, and now the cause of this isn't exactly known. They do own the game on PS4. They had, save file transferred up to the PS5. They own the digital deluxe edition on PS4. And for whatever reason, they just cannot place a pre-order. Now, I don't know if this is a widespread issue, if it's something that other people are experiencing, or if other people will experience it eventually when they try to place their pre-order. And why I say that is because I assume that most people are planning on upgrading for free and just buying the DLC separately, so there could be a lot of people out there that have save file transferred to their PS5s, but haven't even attempted to pre-order like Intergrade to see if they can or can't anyways. Like, I don't know how common of an issue this would or could be. And this is just another example of why it sucks that it's so hard to get a PS5, because if I had a PS5 right now, I could test it myself, because I also own the digital deluxe edition for PS4. I could obviously, save file transfer over to the PS5, and I could test it out for myself and see if I'm having the same issue, but clearly I can't, because goddamn, I can't get a PS5. Now, I did hit up Ben for a screenshot, which he provided me on Twitter, and as you can see right here, not available for purchase. Now, again, I don't know if this is just a isolated incident for him specifically, something with his account, something with his PS5 or the PS5 store currently, or if it is because if you own the digital deluxe edition for Remake on PS4, for some reason that's blocking you from placing a digital deluxe pre-order for the PS5 version. That could be what it is. It's what it seems to possibly be, but again, just simply do not know. That'd be such a weird issue. And I don't think I've ever gone, now again, I don't have a next-gen console currently, right? But I don't think I've ever gone to my PS4 store or my Xbox One store digitally and try to buy something and it just say not available for purchase. That's just not an issue I've ever had. If you Google it, it is an issue that other people have had on PS4, but it's like them buying the game, but then it doesn't download the game for them, but then it prevents you from buying the game again, but took your money and you gotta go into your download files and stuff. And that's not what's happening here. He's just simply not able to purchase the goddamn thing. Now obviously this is super inconvenient and annoying, and it's something they definitely need to fix if it is on their end and it's happening for more people. But ultimately, you can pre-order the game in other routes. There's other places you can go to get you a copy of the game. You can walk into GameStop, give them $5, they'll hold you a copy, right? You can pre-order from Amazon, Walmart, whatever it might be. And also with websites like Amazon and GameStop, I'm not sure about Walmart and other stuff, you can generally buy a digital code for a game. So you give them your 60, I guess for PS5 it's $70. And they'll give you a code, and you just, I guess, go to the store and type that code in, and it'll let you download the game. I've never done it before, I've just seen it on those websites. I'm not actually sure if that's something you could do with a pre-order, a game that's not out yet. I just know I've gone on GameStop and went to buy I don't know, Dragon Quest 8 for the 3DS, and you can buy a digital code if you want to. Now, if in the future, as we get closer to Intergrade releasing in the next couple of months, if this is a more widespread issue, it's just going to be another thing that kind of adds on to the shittiness of Intergrade and the UVDLC and stuff like that being locked specifically to the PS5. Nobody's upset obviously with the enhancements being PS5 only. That kind of makes sense. But the UVDLC itself being PS5 only, that's kind of the issue here, the biggest issue. And even if a lot of us could get our hands on the PS5, we might run into the same issue where we just can't buy the game. Now, we can go out of our way to buy it with other places and stuff like that, but still the convenience of buying a game digitally on your console is something that I personally enjoy and something that I've kind of gotten used to over the years. I haven't done it with every game I bought, but Fallout 4 is an example of where I pre-ordered it digitally so that I could download it night of and play it. Same thing with Remake. Remake is one of the few games in the last couple of years where it's I want to play that shit as soon as fucking possible. The other issue here is if this becomes a more widespread issue, people aren't really aware of it and they wait till really close to release to pre-order the game or something like that, and then they're not able to, they're going to miss out on that CAC star weapon. And why that becomes an issue is that if the UVDLC is similar to the base game, then not being able to get your hands on a weapon means you're going to lose out on an ability for UV potentially forever if it remains only a pre-order item and they never sell it separately. Similar to, of course, the Chocobo Chick Summon when it came to Remake on PS4. Now, obviously, the Chocobo Chick Summon isn't even really that good, but still, it is an exclusive item that, at least as of right now, almost a year later, you cannot purchase separately. It's gone. You can still buy, the digital deluxe edition of Remake on PS4, and you can still get Cactuar and, of course, Carbuncle, but that pre-order summon, at least as of right now, is still something you can't get your hands on, and that might be the same case here going forward forever when it comes to Yuffie and the Cactuar weapon. It may never be sold separately. So it is something to consider, and it's something I didn't even think about when I made that video a couple days back about whether or not you should or shouldn't buy Intergrade or get you a certain edition. There is the possibility that there could be an ability for you if you locked behind this weapon that you could never get your hands on if you do not pre-order a copy of Intergrade. So that's something to think about. That's not necessarily me telling you to go out and spend $70 or $90 on a version of the game, but still. So obviously here at the end of the video, I want to pass off to you guys. Is this an issue that you've personally ran into? And specifically if you own the digital deluxe edition on PS4, save transfer over to the PS5, is that preventing you from pre-ordering Intergrade? And maybe you bought the base game, just standard edition digitally or physically, and you had no issues. Maybe you bought the physical deluxe edition and you had no issues. It might be specific to just this version alone. Other video, that's pretty much the video. If there's any sort of follow-ups that we can do to this down the road, I definitely will. If this becomes a more widespread issue, if PlayStation addresses it, if other people start talking about it, whatever the case, we'll definitely do some sort of follow-up. Anyways, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys already want to see more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter, dashingdavidYT. I'm on Discord. The links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine, or leave it like Cobain.